Welcome to the real room. Do people still do that dance? I can't hear you. Welcome. Welcome once, welcome twice. That lighting is showing all the hairs in your beard. And it's matching your shirt. Welcome to the real room.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Why I can't hear you?
I don't know. Maybe it's your
Hello?
answer.
Okay, I'm gonna just talk loud. Hopefully that'll work. Hello, America.
Maybe it's your Android
Why I
phone.
can't hear you?
I don't know. Pastor, get it together. I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
What about now?
Yeah.
I can hear you though. I'm gonna come back in.
Okay. Y'all pray for Pastor. Welcome to the real room. Thank you so much for joining us. While Stanley is trying to get his technology together, I'm gonna tell you why we have not been on air. We have not been on air. I forgot 1 week what it was, and so then I would just start planning for the next week. And Pastor was like, "Not on my birthday," so then we had to take his birthday off. So thank you all so much for joining us, and we wanted to make sure that we ended tonight with a bang because it's the last day of Black History Month. So what I want to do is, while we're waiting on Pastor to join the stream again, what is some history that you made? Not even this month, but since, I don't know. What's some history that you made? Are you the first in your at your job? What history have you made? Were you the first at your church? Some history my daddy made on Sunday. He was installed as deacon, but he is now the first deacon at his church. So he made history on Sunday. I'm trying to think. I said I was going to ask you all this question, and then I can think of something that I did. Some history that I have made. What's some history you all have made? Put it in the chat, and I'll share it
I'm
with
back.
you all. I'm asking for some history. What's
Some history they made.
Yeah, some history you
Oh.
made. I was having
Well,
my
you know,
daddy.
I was the first black.
Don't lie. Maybe it ain't got to be that you was the first black.
Let me think. I know I made some
Okay,
history or
Jay
something.
Lyric. Okay,
Person that made a
kudos.
Hardy debut. Yes, he did. Jay Lyric actually came number 7, right behind Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson gave him a shout out.
Kudos.
Okay. Um,
Hey,
I don't
what
know.
you done?
I'm not one to really like, and honestly, contrary to popular belief, I'm not one to really like think about things that I may have seemed to accomplish personally.
And and
So
so
that's just
let's jump in right there. So we're talking about Black excellence, and I was in a conversation the other day, and I was interviewing these people. We
hmm
were talking specifically about Black excellence, and the man was saying he was interviewing. It's a Black guy. He said he was interviewing for a job, and part of the interviewing process, he had to write an essay, and so
hmm
talk about some of his achievements, and he used "we" a lot because he was trying to say my team and I have done a lot of this stuff. And he had people look over his essay, and they was saying like, you didn't really mention anything that you have brought, like that you bring to the table. You just kept trying to make a collaborative effort. And then
hmm
the point was that we don't often, things that come naturally to us, we don't see them as achievements. So like maybe teaching the Bible comes easy for you because that's your gift. So when you do it successfully or you have a successful event or whatever, you don't really see it as an achievement because it's something that comes natural.
I get what you're saying.
So it could be something that comes naturally to you that you've done.
I mean, okay, that makes sense. Well, since you put it like that, I am a Academy Award winning actor, Grammy Award winning art. Let me stop lying on this thing. No, but okay. I mean, I would say Shakers probably would be an accomplishment of mine. Um, uh, yeah, that probably would be one of my major accomplishments that I think because I was able, with the help of some others, create an outreach ministry that didn't have any ties to any local church, but was able to do honestly, and I say this humbly, we were able to do more ministry than most local assemblies. And we did that with, and we still are doing it with little to non support from outside ministries and things of that nature. So a lot of the things that we do comes out of our pocket. And matter of fact, everything we do comes out of our pocket. But
Tell
we've
me.
been able to, yeah, we've been able to put on conferences. We've been able to feed homeless people. We've been able to do life groups at EWC. We've been, oh God, the list goes on and on on it. Like I put on Facebook today, and I wanted to do a mission trip, and somebody was like, "Well, go to the north side and dude." I said, "Hey, been there, done that, been there, done that." Like we've done a lot of things as far as in the community and things of that nature. So, yeah, that would probably be an accomplishment that I would say. Y'all forgive me if I'm eating tonight. I haven't ate yet, and this Chick-fil-A is piping hot, and I can't let it get cold. So it's a real one. Y'all
You
be all
haven't eaten all day?
right. I've been running, working and running, working and running.
You know that's
Pray
how
my
you gain.
strength in the Lord.
You know that's how you gain weight.
Oh
Skipping
well,
meals.
let it be me. Be it unto me. But
Cause
this
your
these
body
fries
say,
are piping hot, and I
cause
can't let them get cold.
oh, he's starving us. He gonna starve us. So when we eat, when he finally feed us, we hold it on to this fat. And so
Oh well, they gonna hold on tonight.
I think I'm the first black woman in my department because my department is only like 10 years old, and it's been ran by, and I work in DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Well, they need to name
Um,
a hall after you. Then
we should,
they should tell them to do a
but
dorm after you.
I think
Call
I'm the
it
first.
Douglas Hall.
It's been other minorities, but I think I'm the first black woman in my
Now
department.
at my job, I was the only black male in my department. That because I got a promotion, and I was the only black male in my department. Like there were no other black. And to be honest, I would say this publicly, but being a black man in corporate America, it is very hard for us. Like I think we are like the lowest on the totem pole. So to be able to move up and do certain things and accomplishments, then yeah, I would say that. And yes, y'all, I do work. I have a job as well. Some
Y'all
people
not
think we're full time.
black men not lower than black women in corporate America.
Mm-mm. Black women have way more power than black men in corporate
No,
America.
Stanley. No.
I'm telling you, I've seen it with my own eyes.
I
They will
work
listen to,
I work in equity. Like white women get paid more than black women.
but
Like
black women have more of a voice than black men. Like you can express your concerns, and they'll be like, "Okay, Kalanda, we'll take it." If I express my concerns, okay, he's complaining.
I may be able to express my concerns, but there are more leadership opportunity because you are a man. Well, you're in the wrong department, but black
I'm just
men.
saying. I wish I had some black men to check in, and I'm telling you, we are the low. Like when it comes to promotions, and I think
No.
because we're intimidating, so they don't want us.
Oh
But I'm gonna
yeah.
tell you why. This is the real room, so I'm gonna tell you why. I have a very close
See,
person in my life
see,
that's in.
I'm
Nah,
right.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what somebody told me. Somebody told me this, and they've been in corporate America for years. And oh, this is the real room. We can talk. And they said the reason why they don't do a lot of promotions with black men is because one of the issues is sexual harassment cases. They feel like a black man is more prone. This is what somebody said. They said they feel like a black man is more prone to get a sexual harassment case against them versus a white male or another minority. So to prevent that, they don't promote as many of us in high positions because they fear that we could be taking advantage of that with other people.
Oh wow, I feel like black men
Seriously, somebody said that
are more prone to like be your work husband, um, than a white male may be.
sexual. That's a
cross.
sexual thing. Work husband. You know what they
But
say about work wife, work husband.
that's not sexual. It's just like looking out for. Jay Lyric said he agrees, lower than black women.
And they are.
Y'all need
I'm
to
telling you, they are.
look at the statistics. It's not
Well, I
true.
don't see them. Every job I've worked, and I worked a few corporate jobs. When it came to promotions, it was more of the white woman, the white man, the black woman. The black men did not get it, unless I can't say that because I don't want nobody to get offended.
It might be the industry you're in too, though. May play a role. I work in healthcare, so
see, that's different. I'm in banking.
Yeah.
So that's different.
Maybe the industry you're in.
Mm-hmm.
They said, especially in the middle.
But I said I wanted to start a support group for black men in corporate America because I guess they just feel like all us black men belong to be. We all supposed to be working for UPS and in the warehouse. No shade to those that do, and they make great money. But some of us are good with computers. Some of us can read. Some of us can communicate. Some of us can be articulate. But that's just me, though.
Todd says both genders in the black culture does not get equality in the workplace. Black women have to work harder to be heard and seen, or we be taken as aggressive and angry. We are expected to work harder for less. That is so true. So we've been talking, because I work in DNI, we've been talking about this a lot during Black History Month. And so we've been talking about and I know we're talking about Black excellence, but I guess we could look at it from this instance. The pressure that as a Black person you have to carry. So like, okay, you're educated and you're skilled and you also have experience, but then there's this added pressure that we have to carry in the workplace to make sure that my tone is correct, I'm using the right vocabulary, that I'm enunciating my words, I'm not, or that even when I'm writing my emails, that I'm not being too informal, then I'm being formal, because we feel like we are being like so watched way more than our counterparts are. So I have to be more careful, more mindful about what I say, how I say, because it is easy for us to be seen as like the angry Black woman or male, or dominating, or they'll see my passion as me being angry or something like that. But there's this unique pressure that Black people have to carry anywhere, really, but especially in the workplace. We don't get to, I've received emails like, well, not me personally, but I have coworkers who receive emails from people where it was written in all caps. I could never get away with sending an email in all caps. They'll be ready to put me on a PIP, a performance improvement plan, because
I couldn't even send an IM in all caps,
right,
like on Teams or Skype. And if I did by mistake, I'd be like, "Oh, excuse my tap, my caps," because. And I agree with you. A lot of people think that we're just these bitter group of people that, we're not satisfied. We're always complaining, but no, it's not that. We just want the fairness that you give everybody else, and it's like we're just as good. Listen, white people, us Black folk, we are just as good, if not even better than you guys. So why not give us the top positions? Why not give us an opportunity to lead out? You would be very surprised of the things that we can really produce if you all just lighten up and give us a chance.
But see, there's this thinking, y'all gonna make me go to work here. There's this thinking that you can't have diversity and excellence. That if I try to make diversity a priority, then I will have to sacrifice excellence. Instead of thinking that diversity brings excellence, because now there is a difference of opinion, there's a difference of skill set, a difference of experience. And so historically, like data wise, diversity brings way more productivity. People they produce better. Companies have better profit margins. But there are a lot of people who feel like, okay, if we got to look out for diversity, then we're not going to get the best candidates or the best person in the job.
Yeah, that's totally not true. And I've never been one to, because I have seen where like in the position that I'm in now, they have me in training and stuff like that. And I told the trainer one day, she was like, "If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out." So when I'm actually working, I'm the type, I don't ask questions till I start actually working. I can't, because I have to be in the middle of it. I'm a hands-on learner. So every time I reach out, and I notice she'll kind of be very like, not irritated, but like her patience is not as long with me as it is with somebody else. And so finally, it's so funny we talking about this because finally today I told her, I said, hey, I said, if you don't like me asking you questions, just say that and I can ask somebody else questions. Oh no, that's my job. That's what I'm here for. She said, why do you say that? I said, because when I ask you questions, you get irritated and you're not as patient with me as you are with anybody else, with somebody else. And so she was like, well, I don't mean to come off like that. I apologize. Don't worry about it. Calm down. Calm down. Like, don't tell me to calm down. I'm not angry. I'm just talking. And I think that we have to just be more open to get to know each other. And that's really what the bottom line is. We're not taking the time out to know each other. We're not trying to build a team. We're not trying to build a community amongst each other. So, and I think that's probably why it is like that in the work world. So, like I said, all black men don't have to work in the warehouse. All of them don't have to work for UPS and have construction jobs. Kudos to those that do, because y'all be making some money out there. But all of us are not called to that. Some of us are called to corporate America. Some of us are called to be in business and lawyers and doctors and educators and stuff like that. So lighten up, folks. Lighten up. That's all I got to say about it.
And let me tell you about this black excellence that we have to carry. And I had to explain to some people the other day, because some people are like, why does it have to be about color? And so I had to explain that excellence is a thing, but black excellence, when we say it like that, it is like a visible show of success. It's somebody who has made the black community proud. They have the characteristics that we want. It's a visible show that they've been able to overcome adversity that most black people face every day to, reach the success they have. And so I told them, even with the nomination of Judge, I think last name Brown, that
she got a real black first name too.
Yeah, I can't. Ketanji.
Ketanji.
I haven't heard how to pronounce it yet. But I was telling that was an example of black excellence. Even if she does not win the nomination, to even be nominated is black excellence, and that allows black people to see that that's an opportunity. But then I was talking about that stress that we have to carry to work. I had a white woman tell me the other day. She texted me, but she was like, of course they would listen to you when the black woman says it. But when I said it, they just like brushed me off. So I responded to her like, I'm sorry. I wanted to say perhaps your presentation was inaccurate, excellent, or she called me. She's like, I could tell you didn't know what I meant when I said that because of how you respond. I'm thinking
exactly what you meant.
How am I supposed to take it when you say, of course they're going to listen to you, as if they didn't listen to me because I'm educated, because I'm well spoken, but of course because I'm black. But that's the kind of stuff that we have to deal with.
I had a lady in my because my birthday was last week. Shout out to me, my birthday. I turned 29 last week.
Yeah, I told them that's why we didn't have a real room, was because you needed to.
Yeah, I needed time to just reflect and pray and seek the Lord as far as direction for this year. I hope that's what you told them. But anyway, no. So I was we was on a Zoom meeting, and so I'm still getting to know these people. They're very new and to me, and so one of the I'm the only black guy in my class. Everybody else is white, pretty much, and I think it's like one or two other black girls. But anyway, so the lady said, older white lady, she said, "So Stanley, what are you gonna do for your birthday?" I said, "I don't know." She said, "Well, they're having a big concert in Philly with the Roots and Erykah Badu, and it's gonna be a big hip hop concert. Maybe you should go to that." So I said, "Well, I'm really not interested in going." "Oh, you're not?" I'm like, just because I'm black. I said, I actually like all kinds of music. "Oh, you do?" I said, "Yes." I said, "I would listen to, John Mayer, The Phrase, Frank Sinatra, stuff like Tony Bennett. I listen to everything. I'm not just, don't try to box me in and feel like that's the only way you can relate to me with hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. Like, come on now. And it just goes, and I know she probably maybe she didn't mean it like that, but still though, like, don't just assume that's what I do. Like, there's more to me than just that. And I think that a lot of other cultures have to really understand that. A lot of us we're not ghetto. We know how to be professional. We're not from the trenches and all that,
Right. Not from the project.
Like, we know how to read. They swear we don't know how to read. We definitely know how to read.
So I got a biblical question for you,
Mm-hmm.
Pastor.
Oh God, here you go with that.
Why why are the Israelites the only, I mean, I guess when I look at the history of Black people, our cultural history is similar to that of the Israelites. Not that, the Israelites got into a lot of stuff they got into is because of their disobedience to God, but we have a similar
History.
story or history when it comes to slavery. Um, I guess why can't we also be considered? Yeah, he's eating. So I said, "Are you
Yes,
eating?"
I'm eating. I done told y'all I haven't ate all day. Please do not bother me about eating.
Why
I'm a
why
strict
why can't we also
Chick-fil-A.
be considered like the chosen people? Why is it
I
just the
think we
Israel?
are considered the chosen people. I remember some years ago. He's gone on to be with the Lord now, but Oral Roberts said this.
That sounds
He
familiar.
said he believes that before the Lord comes back, that the blacks will be the majority and everybody else will be the minority. He said he believed because that's how it originated. If you look at the Garden of Eden in the Bible, it was in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is in Africa. There are no white people in Africa around there. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the first major Christian movement, it was really moved by Ethiopians. The oldest Bible in the world is the Ethiopian Bible. So you have different cultures, and I believe because of black people, that has birthed different cultures. You through blacks you have the whites, through blacks you have the Spanish, through blacks you have the Italians, you have the Russians, you have all of these, the Chinese, the Asians, all of that. And I think we really are the majority. I don't think that people really understand the power that we really possess. Think about it. It's a reason why they suppressed us for all those years, and they had to do it that way. Because if we really tapped in as a people to really think about it, you have a ship with 600 slaves on it, but it's ran by maybe 100 white guys. You mean to tell me out of 600, y'all couldn't overthrow that ship? But the way that they had to do it, they had to psychologically get in their minds and really make them believe that they're nothing, that they're worthless. They had to beat them. They had to make examples out of them. They put fear in them. And to the day, we're still seeing those effects today. You have people like in our grandparents' generation that still won't look white people in the face and talk to them. And the civil rights movement was over 50, almost over 60 years ago. So I think we are the majority. I think we play a big role, but we just have to have more confidence in ourselves, educate our communities and our families. You know what I'm saying? Talk to these new millennials, not millennials, these new Gen Zs that's coming up with this hair all spiked up and looking crazy and stuff. Like, come on now. So, and be like, honestly, I'm gonna say this, I'm done. If you really look back in time, like in the 1920s, 40s, 50s, when black people went out, even if they went to the club, like what we would consider church clothes, that's what they wore. Like
Yeah.
they had an excellence about themselves. Like if you look at Dr. King, he was in his mid 20s when he started the bus boycott, and him and his wife. But if you go and look at them, they never missed a beat. They always was dressed up, presentable. They were articulate, and it wasn't that they were trying to be something that they were not, but they was letting people know we are just as educated and strong as you all are. And look what they were able to do. So I think we are the majority. We just don't realize it. I really do.
I just sometimes I think like, man, so God, I'm supposed to deal with the devil
Hmm.
and racism.
But the
And
devil is racism.
true, I guess I shouldn't see them as
It's
two
all the
separate
devil.
entities.
Hmm.
He just
It's just
using a group of people who look the same. Okay, that's true.
mhm. Yes. We see it all the time. We see it in churches. We see it in business. We see it everywhere. Like 2020, that's when everybody, oh God, that's when all these pastors was getting exposed in 2020 with the racism stuff. So we've seen it. And I think we just have to realize at the end of the day, racism is a taught thought and belief. I believe, I don't think you can be born racist. I believe that you're taught to be racist.
Yeah.
And that goes on. And if I can be honest, it's even on both sides. because we've heard the stories from those that are older in our family. Hey, like, you stay away from the white people because da 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 da. You gotta, and I'm pretty sure they said the same about us. Now, as time is evolving, we're starting to see it a little. We're seeing a little change, but it's not as fast you know as we would want it to be.
Yeah.
hmm But I just think we got to get back to the point where we got to get a level of respect for ourselves and stop with this attitude. Well, that's just me. If they don't like me for who I am, then so be it. That's not the case for everything. Because when you're trying to make business decisions, and you know what I'm saying, and when you're trying to get to a certain point in your life, you have to really consider how you carry yourself, how you look. You have to, you know what I'm saying. And I'm not against black culture and representing your heritage and stuff like that. But some of this stuff, let me hush because I'm starting to sound old
So
school.
let me ask you this. So even with Black excellence, like when I'm doing something, I'm not necessarily like, oh my gosh, this is going to be seen as Black excellence. But I do sometimes feel like I have, especially in corporate, that I have to be
hmm
mindful about my response because I know, unfortunately, it can reflect negatively on another Black woman. Like they'll say, they all alike or whatever, even though that's just how Kalanda responded. So when you
hmm
think about Black excellence, while it's like something that we're proud of, do you think it also like carry this like level of stress that, especially if I'm the first one in my area, I got to do such a good job because I want to, one, make sure that I won't be the last Black person, and then like two, so they don't see us all the same because of how I behave.
I think so. Because as growing up, in our household, we were taught you can't be average because average in in the world outside of this house was great for you is still average for somebody else. So you have to be more than just you can't be equal. You have to be more to get the attention. you know
Mm.
and so it does create a lot of pressure. It does, and unfortunately it's just the hands that we're dealt with. And we just have to deal with it. But I still think, but when we do things, we do it big. Like, for instance, like even in the sports arena, like outside of basketball and football, when you look at tennis, you got Venus and Serena, Arthur Ashe, and all that. When they did stuff, they did it big. They couldn't just play like Billie Jean King and stuff. They had to like blow it out the pocket. Tiger Woods, he couldn't just play like Jack Nicholson. I don't know, Jack Nicholas. Jack Nicholson is the actor, but Jack Nicholas. But he had to blow it out the water because if he would have played on the same level as him, then he wouldn't have gotten the notoriety that he does now. So he had to go above and beyond to get at least be like, hey, I'm here. So it does create a level of pressure on us and things of that nature. So, is it fair? No, but we can deal with it. I mean, I mean, we struggle a lot in our lives as black people in the country and for years. So it's not new to us. We just got to, you know, get up, just get to work and get it done. So yeah, it happens. It's one of the things where it's like, hey, it is what it is. Let's just get it. Let's just get it done and get it over with.
Let's go churchy for a minute. And Jerome said,
Mm.
Tiger says he's not Black. He does. Um,
He's Kabbalah Asian. That's what he is. He black. If he ain't white, he black.
um, for people who, and I'm bringing this up because Jude 3 has done such a great job like this month. They've been presenting resources because
Yeah,
a
they
lot of
really have. Shout out to
Christianity,
Jude 3.
yeah, it's a white man's religion. So they've been creating a lot of content um,
hmm
to combat that with truth. But what do you say to people who are like, man, like, why would God allow, on top of all of what's happening in the world, even Black believers, how could this be our religion? Or, how could Christianity be Black for Black people too, if it was used by white men to make us feel less than? Just because we don't know who may listen to this. And
It
you're a
was, yeah.
resident historian.
I think it doesn't. At the end of the day, if we look at it, those men with slavery are doing what a lot of preachers are doing now. They
Ooh.
are manipulating the word. They're making it to what they want it to be. And because back in those times, Slaves were not allowed to read. It was against the law for them to read. So they had to know, so from what they thought, that's what they, from what they was told, that's what they believed. And Christianity was beaten into black people. Black people didn't come over here as Christians. They came over as other, they other types of worship. And I'm just being honest, they were beaten into being Christians. Now, granted, do I believe in Jesus? Yes. Do I believe he's son of God? Yes. Do I, I believe that. And I do, and I try my best to live my life as a Christian. But I wasn't beaten into being saved. And if we even look up to now, there were a lot of people that were spiritually beaten into being saved today. You know, they were living up to certain standards and things of that nature. So, but if you really look at the history of Christianity, the great movements of the Christian faith, it was not really about whites. It was mainly by blacks and people of color. It wasn't until Paul started going to Greece and Rome and he's in Athens and he's in Colossae and Thessalonica and he's in Corinth. These are all major cities ran by the Roman and Greek empires and Ephesus and all of that. And these were those type of countries. And in those type of countries, majority of those people were white. The Jews were people of color, but the Gentiles were the people that were not of color. So Paul was preaching the gospel to those people because originally Jesus said, I came to first come for the Jews first and then the Gentiles. So Paul was able to reach out to the Gentiles and let them know Jesus saves as well. Now, granted, those people took the word and they manipulated it and they created a whole thought pattern of it, which made blacks in years later feel like, well, Christianity is a white man's religion. Christianity is not a white man's religion.
Yeah,
it's not. Truth be told, I say this publicly. A lot of people don't want to. They might fight me for this one. Christianity is not a black man's religion. Christianity is not a Asian religion. Christianity is a gospel for everybody. Jesus died for everybody, and you have to learn and get a relationship with the Word of God yourself. And like we tell people, back in those days, they didn't have a choice. They had to go along with what was told to them because they was getting killed, they was getting beaten, they was getting hung. But now you have so much resource. Get to know the Word of God yourself. Don't base it off of what hearsay. There are a lot of people that manipulated the Word to do what they wanted to do.
yep.
But you got to have a relationship with the Word of God yourself. So yeah, it's definitely Jesus died for everybody.
I like that you said that it's not a black man's religion either, because like other religions, Hinduism,
Islam.
are born out of cultures, and the fact that Christianity wasn't born out of a specific culture lets us know that it is available for all. But I think a lot of people do get tied up in, because maybe we don't see the enemy even in racism. I feel like we only see like the enemy when it comes to like hatred or like sickness or your
Finances and stuff. Yeah.
money. Yeah, but we don't see him even in hatred. Racism, sexism, anything that separates the divide. We don't see him in that either. So I'm glad you make that point. I don't know if you know. I'm sure you probably do. There's a Stop Woke Act that our
Stop woke.
that our governor is trying to push,
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
where he doesn't want us to be able to talk about certain things.
Yeah, without people getting offended.
Yeah, because he doesn't want people to be taught to hate their. So you gonna try to exclude a whole history, because you don't want people to grow up hating their country.
And it's so sad. People are going to still vote for this man, and especially black people. Y'all are still sitting here and vote for this man, all because you don't want to wear a mask, but don't see the other things that he's doing. But yeah, I totally see what's going on with that. I definitely don't agree because you can't control how a person feels based off of history. And to be honest, black history is American history. You can't
Yeah,
have American history without black people. Who you think built all these monuments and the White House and the Capitol and you know what I'm saying? Who you think built the governor's mansion? Who you think, took care of of the president's kids and nurse their babies and stuff like that. It was black people that did that. You got to think about people like Benjamin Banneker. He designed Washington D.C. A black man did that. So you can't just say, well, we're not gonna teach this because we don't want people to get offended. We've been getting offended for years. Okay, I don't want you to be governor because I'm offended, but that ain't gonna work. So that's just me though. I think we got to make sure that everybody, and this is something that I'll say this publicly. I don't care, it's the real room, but it seems like everybody has a voice, but the blacks. The LGBT community. If I said something derogatory towards them, they would shut us down. You know what I'm saying? Or if another community, women's rights, they would shut something down. But the minute you say something about blacks, it's always, oh, they'll get over it. They'll
Yeah.
be okay. Or they feel like we're inferior. We don't have feelings. We're not here. And but it's okay because the tables will turn. Hey, I felt that. I
That's
said
what
the tables will turn.
Well, I think YPJ, I think that was his prophecy for 2022
Mhm.
about
Somebody actually prophesied and said that with Joe Biden. They were saying how God was going to use Joe Biden to help bring blacks up. And I know everybody focusing on gas prices and stuff like that. And I'm not here to endorse anybody, but if you really look at it, a lot of people have been coming up these past 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all done got these PPP loans, and you know what I'm saying? People starting businesses.
and
If you got kids, you get checks every month for your kids, and Moneybag Joe been really coming through. So you know what I'm saying? And people are upset about that. So yeah, so don't be just so focused on one issue. Don't be so one-sided. Look at the big picture of it because I think this is a good season for Black America. I really
yeah,
do.
that's what YPJ was saying. If y'all get a chance, go listen to him on I think it's his New Year's Eve service. It's
Yeah,
posted on
he do it every year.
YouTube. And the only reason I listen is because last year or the year before last, he was accurate.
He's
He talked
always accurate.
He was talking about how there was going to be a lot of deaths in Kojic. He specifically said Kojic,
He
and we
did
had a lot of deaths
a lot of
um,
deaths.
last year. So
A
he
lot
is
of deaths.
accurate, and he specifically speaks about how the Lord is leveling the playing field, especially for African Americans, because of our
Mhm.
experience.
Think
Um,
about it. More of us are going to college now. They're getting degrees. They're starting businesses.
it's a lot of
I'm
black
telling you,
being
yeah.
the first in their area. Um,
hmm
Yeah, I almost told y'all where I work at, but where I work at, we have our first black CAO ever. Um,
hmm Yeah, yeah. A lot of us are coming up, and this is a good season. So I really think that we are like this is the time to really take over and just do it. Just do it. There's a certain level of strength that's in our culture and our heritage that a lot of people don't realize. Like
yeah,
we know how to fight. We know how to survive. If I think this, and I'm not saying all white people are racist and things like that, but I think if another culture was to live like one week, just one week in our shoes, they would be at the end of that week, they would be crying and be like, "Oh my God, I don't see how you do it. I can't do it." They would really be like, "Oh my God," because we deal with a lot. Like as a black man, we can't even walk down the street. If I walk past a white lady, she instantly grabs her purse. And I ain't out here trying to be no goon and stuff. But if I'm out somewhere or this and that, they just instantly like flinch up. I'm like, when I'm out, I speak to white people on purpose just to see what type of reaction they get. And I'm really not like that extrovert as people think I am. But if I'm out and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" just to see how they feel, like see if they're gonna speak back and stuff. So I've
now,
always
what do
been
you
that type.
think, like, for our white listeners who are listening, who hear that this is like
Mhm.
a good season for black people? What do you think? Like, how would you encourage them so that they don't feel like God is showing favoritism to one
Well,
people?
favor is Bishop Jake say favor isn't fair. I mean, I'm just saying there are seasons where you're going to, like Paul said, I've learned to have, I learned to have not, but in every state I'm in, I've learned to be content. So you just got to learn like we had to learn. It's time to be content. It's the hey, there are gonna be days when you're gonna have it. There are gonna be days when you're not gonna have it. So you may have to sell. Somebody may have to buy. It just everybody's seasons change, and that's just how God works. He works in seasons. So don't get upset about the situation. Embrace it because at the end of the day, you may need somebody black to help you. I'm just saying. So embrace it, and it's getting better. It's getting better. I told myself that when I look back at my life, and I'm like, dang, I really don't have a lot of white friends. I think I have maybe one or two, but they act black though. So, but like I don't have like a real, how Will Smith had cornflake on Fresh Prince. Like I don't have a cornflake. I would love to have a cornflake and learn some stuff, and learn. I'm always interested in learning about other people's cultures, but hey, until then, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we also have to learn to see like um because God is giving one person an opportunity, it's not taking that chance from me. God is limitless. So while you may feel like, oh well, if Kalana gets this little piece of the pie, then that's taking away my piece or whatever. I think we have to learn to like see God as limitless. We see him
Hmm.
as we see each other. Like, oh, there's only one job at this. There's just one opening. Only one person can get it, but it doesn't work the same with the Lord. So when we start
Hmm.
learning to see Him as limitless, then I think we won't be so bothered when He decides to favor or shine Himself upon somebody else versus another person.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
because the Bible say that promotion it don't come from the north, south, east, or west. It's God that picks up one and puts down another. So this the act. This is as the insurance company say, this is an act of God. So ain't nothing we can do about it. So I mean, hey, it is what it is. And I think and my thing of it is get to know people, get to understand them, hear them out, listen to them, relate. Not well, you can't necessarily relate to them, but just get an understanding of each other. And I think that's really what would kind of help us all get along. We need to get more of an understanding of each other. But
yeah,
hey, yeah, black excellence is taking over the world, oh y'all. Y'all might as well get ready for it. It's coming. Like we finna invade. Like it's crazy. Like seriously, when I can look at billionaires, like when I look at like Jay-Z and Kanye, and these are billionaires from the hood that work their way up, and the way they look and act and dress, not college well, Kanye's he has some college, but he didn't finish. But like Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? And to see the level of success that they have, come on. And they was able to do it from the gutters. So imagine the advantages they would have. I honestly believe if they was white, they would definitely be like on Bill Gates them though.
yeah,
Of course, they're billionaires at that point. Look at Tyler Perry. He's built a total empire from the ground up. He's a billionaire. Oprah Winfrey, billionaire. There's a lot of billionaires. You know, even Michael Jackson at the time he was alive, billionaire, and they fought him heavy. And he talked about how he dealt with racism. Michael Jackson had to deal with racism. So it's a level of fighting, it's a level of hard work that you got to put in. But when you get there, I'm telling you, these people are kicking the doors down for us.
down.
If y'all really think about it, yeah, they kicking the doors down. Oh, Jamel has a lot. Yeah, I'm working on that. I've really been praying for God to give me some. I really want some white friends. Like I really would. I really would like to have some cool white friends. Like not the kind that feel like they gotta act black, but
Yeah,
just be you, cause I'm gonna be me. So just be you. That's how I feel like. So yeah, man. Yeah, the doors are definitely kicking down for us, y'all. So y'all better embrace the moment, start getting educated. I was telling somebody yesterday, at my dad's church, he was telling me how, he was in the military and finishing school. And I was telling him, I say, man, you got a lot of people that don't go to school and go to college and then they settle to do other stuff. We need to start educating our young people. You may not have to go to college, but go get you a trade. We'll always need an electrician. We'll always
right,
need a plumber. We'll always need a mechanic. And they make great money. And you can
right.
start your own business and everything. So You know, we don't have to pressure all of our young people to go in one area. You know, everybody don't have to go to college. But hey, you may have a son that may be good at other things with his hands. Put him in trade school. You'll be surprised the
Right.
kind of money and stuff that they can create and make. So yeah, and when they ain't got to be on the corner twisting their hair trying to figure out what they're gonna do for the day. I can't stand when I see that. You look retarded.
You can't say that word. So I got some questions for y'all. I thought we could do end it on a Black culture quiz or a Black History Month quiz to see how much you all know. I'm gonna start with the easy one. What is James St. Patrick's nickname on the show Power?
This
Put
is
it
Black
in the,
history.
what is James St. Patrick's nickname on the show Power? Do y'all watch Power? Say y'all don't watch Power? I
In the
know you
church,
know.
we would put holy in front of it.
What's his name, Sam?
Huh?
What's the name? Oh, there we go.
Did they say
Ghost.
it? Ghost. James St. Patrick is Ghost.
Taraji P. Henson played Katherine G. Johnson in the movie Hidden Figures. What was she known for? What was
Said it's a
Taraji,
mystery.
what was Taraji P. Henson known for in the movie Hidden Figures? Y'all should have seen this.
Yeah, that's a good movie too. Y'all should watch that.
I'm gonna ask you this one, Stanley, because why they type the answer for that one. Who was the
Mhm.
first African American to graduate from Harvard University and become U.S. Senator?
It was not Obama.
Oh, it's way back. This picture's in black or white.
This had to be like in the 1800s, right?
Something like that.
I don't know his name, but I think I know who you're talking about. But I know it's like in the 1800s.
His Hiram Rhodes Rebels.
Hmm. A lot of people thought it was Obama, but it wasn't. He did graduate from Harvard, though.
Oh, this is yeah. I'm not gonna know this one. Which popular rap artist's real name is Navadius or Wilburn? Navadius Wilburn.
Navadius Wilburn.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that must be Nipsey Hussle.
Uh-uh.
No, no,
Future.
no, no. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle's name was.
Oh,
It started
Jay
with a
Lyric.
D.
It's
Who you said
Future.
it was?
That's right.
Really? Nipsey Hussle's real name was what? It started with a Arme. It was like Arme or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's similar to that.
Navadius. I had these questions
Navadius.
from your mama. How long should Comet sit in the tub before cleaning?
Now, in my house growing up, that was I used to wear Comet out growing up, so I used to let it at least let it sit for a couple hours
Yeah, that's what they said.
before I forgot. Yeah,
That was one of
couple
the
hours.
answers when it's finished marinating.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta let it like it's supposed to do something great. Horrible.
So Jay Lyric said 30 minutes. Yep.
Nah, that's too short. That's too short. You got to get all in there.
Yeah.
I never understood the purpose of like I felt like Comet didn't really do anything. I don't know. That's just me though.
First African American woman to win the Academy Award for Best Actress in the movie Monsters Ball.
Oh, that's easy. Everybody should know that one. We was alive around that time. She was.
I don't know if the Saints this. Oh, this one for you, Stanley, because you're a historian.
This moment is not about me. Oh,
There you go, Jay Lyric. You can all of them.
Halle Berry. Yep, it was Halle Berry.
First African American to win Miss America.
Vanessa Williams.
Yeah.
Mhm. Y'all ain't know that. And they took her crown away
Why?
because she posed nude for Playboy or something like that, and they took her crown away.
Oh.
It was back in the 80s. That was considered like a disgrace. You know, you can get away with it now, but back then, yeah.
Did she ever get it back?
I don't know, but yeah, I think they took her. I know they took her crown. because of that. So
You definitely winning this game.
mm.
Who has the better biscuit? Popeyes, Red Lobster, KFC, or Churches?
Churches.
Red Lobster.
What? Churches, y'all sleeping on church. Churches chicken is not that great, but their sides and their biscuits are on point.
Here's another one. Which one of these things is your mom not? A. Jesus. B. Boo Boo the Fool. C. Somebody else's mother. Or D. One of your little friends.
D. One of your little friends. One of your little friends.
And that's funny.
That's
We all had the same mama.
We all had the same mama. I'm not one of your little friends. That's
Oh,
funny.
I don't know this one, but maybe y'all do. Which West African country makes the best jollof rice? Senegal, Liberia, Ghana, or Nigeria? Have you had jollof rice before?
I've never had jollof rice before. Is it like rice or what kind of rice is it?
It's rice.
What is like jasmine rice or something?
I don't know. I can't explain it.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and just say Ghana.
Oh, you and Jay Lyric said the same thing. Ashley said most say Nigeria.
I've never had rice.
Which song is a staple at the family cookout? Never Too Much by Luther Vandross.
Never too much, never too much.
Before I Let Go by Maze. Candy by Cameo, or Outstanding by the Gap Band.
Before I Let Go by Mace. Everybody know that. The Mace version, not Beyonce version. Mace's version. Just want to throw that out there.
Who's always playing a no good man in a movie? Danny Glover, Blair Underwood, Clifton Powell, or Samuel L. Jackson?
Blair Underwood.
I would say Clifton Powell. He playing a lot.
Nah, because he's played preacher roles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Blair Underwood has always played. Yeah, he's that one you can't.
Oh yeah, Ashley said Blair.
Yeah, you can't trust him in real life. He played them roles too good.
I met him before. I had a picture with him. He came and spoke.
He's like the male version of Lynn Whitfield because she always played a crazy woman. Think about it. With Lynn Whitfield always play the crazy woman in Thin Line Between Love and Hate, Madea, Family Reunion. I can go down the list. Ease Bayou. Yeah, she's always the crazy woman.
That's true.
Yeah. So. Yep. See, everybody saying Blair. Everybody saying Blair.
Why shouldn't a woman put her purse on the floor? It'll get stolen, it'll get dirty, a roach might crawl in it, or you'll stay broke.
You'll stay broke the rest of your life. That's what I used to hear. Is that true?
No, it's a what you call an old wives' tale.
Oh, so you put your purse on the floor.
No, I don't, because it's dirty. I don't. But it's ingrained in us not to put it on the floor. So we may not do it because we believe in the wives' tale, but at this point it's been,
It's just a purse. I get it. Must be a girl thing.
Approximately how long did Sophia have to fight?
All her life. All her life. All my life I had to fight.
Approximately.
I had to fight my uncles. I had to fight my brothers.
Okay, this is a good one. When did you know Barack Obama was down? When A, he sung Let's Stay Together, he dusted his shoulders off, he dapped up Kevin Durant, or when he put a basketball court in the White House?
When he put a basketball court in the White House. That has never happened before.
Yeah. I think when he
that's me.
Kevin Durant.
I mean, that was a given. I I do remember when he sung "Let's Stay Together" with Al Green.
Oh, this is
But
gonna be a hard one. Which of these 90s TV shows had the better theme song? Sister Sister, The Wayans
mm,
Brothers, Moesha, or Living Single?
let me think. How's sister go?
Sister,
Sister,
sister.
sister, sister, sister.
I'm gonna
Nah, I
say
ain't like
Living.
that. We are living. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Living Single. Wayne's
Single.
brothers. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Da, 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 da. And what was the other one? Moesha.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was never a fan of Moesha show.
What?
And especially when Countess Vaughn left, I really didn't like it then.
Mo to the.
Yeah. I
Mo
watched
to.
the Parkers before Moesha.
Oh no, I ain't never
Yeah,
watched the Parkers.
I would watch the Parkers before Moesha. I wasn't a big Moesha fan. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Living Single on this one.
I'm trying to
This is
find
fun.
a good one to end on. What's something that your grandparents made that left an odor you'll never forget? Pig's feet, fried fish, chitlins, or hog head cheese?
Oh God, I can't stand hog head cheese. Why do people eat that? Is that really cheese? Do you eat
I,
hog head cheese?
I'm gonna say it's chitlins though. That was something.
I've never ate chitlins before. I don't eat chitlins, so
Have you
I'm
ever smelled them?
assuming. No, I've never smelled them. I don't want to smell them. I believe it or not, I have a very weak stomach, so certain things I just can't take. Yeah, I gag. But it'll probably be if I did, it would be chitlins if I did have to choose one. But hog head cheese, I still don't understand why people eat hog head cheese. I don't get that.
Um, I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, if Mama sent you to the store with $5, what were you supposed to bring back?
A change.
When Grandma told you to wrench it off, what do you need to complete the task?
A
A
sink.
wrench, lots of salt, hot sauce, or water.
You need water.
All
Hmm.
right, that was fun. You got
That
any
was fun.
announcements?
Yes, y'all. For you all that don't know, Shakers is back. Well, we didn't really leave, but we
We
are
back.
up and moving.
We back.
So every Wednesday at 11:30, we are doing a late night prayer call. Every Wednesday night at 11:30, the information is on the Shaking Place page and on Shakers Place page. Shakers page. I just need to go and combine them. Stop trying to separate that. And every second and fourth Thursday, just for 1 hour, we're on Zoom and we're having a life group. It's open to all young adults, regardless of where you're at in the world. You can go on the Shakers page and look up that information. And like I said, it's from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We just have a real talk discussion. We don't live stream anything because we want to keep it intimate and allow people to be comfortable and be themselves. But we talk about everything. So if you have certain discussions and certain concerns and things like that, just meet us just for 1 hour. You can eat on there. You can do whatever you want to do. Just make sure you're engaged and stuff like that. So that's something that we got. And also be on the lookout. We got something great coming up in the summertime as it relates to those that are young and in ministry, male and female. So if you're a preacher, male or female, we got something very great coming up in the summertime. So we'll start making those announcements very soon. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with Shaker. So we trying to keep up with the church girls movement. We trying to do a little something.
I jumped on. I had to set my reminder. But the last time I jumped on, it was feeling it was in a calling down fire at almost midnight.
No, I got to get back in the swing of that, y'all. I don't. It's hard.
Good.
But you'll be surprised. I'm going to have some other people on there at the midnight prayer call. So you'll be surprised it's going to pop up in there one weekend and be in there. It won't, trust me, it will not be me every week. There will be some people you will be very shocked of who's going to be on there and be
I
like,
know that's
what? Yeah.
use your
Oh,
village.
yeah. I'm using
Exercise.
all mine. Hey, and everybody in my ministry, all my ministry friends know it. I'll call them in a minute. Hey, come on, get on this call. So
Um,
yeah.
for me, I have 2 more spots for the retreat for married and engaged women. So if you want to come, and then just let me know. And I think I'm going to start the religious detox back up in April. I don't know the exact date, but I'll share more information about that starting. Man, tomorrow is already March 1st. So starting tomorrow,
That
so make sure you're
sucks. That
following
sucks.
us at Church Girls Movement for more information. Because I'm only going to take a few people at a time so that I can keep the group small. But the detox has really been blessing my life. So
Yeah. Oh, I do want to put this out because some people have asked. The skating thing, we are still working on that. I spoke with Bishop O's. The issue is because we're just trying to see how this pandemic gonna play out. So it looks like things are lightening back up and we're somewhat going back to normal. So that may still be in place, but we'll keep y'all posted on that as well. But I've definitely been in contact with Bishop O's, the TikTok skating bishop, for y'all that don't know, in regards to it. He's excited, but and out of respect to him and his wishes, he kind of want to see how this plays out before, you know, before he says yes.
yeah,
So let's just pray that things start moving in the right direction with this pandemic, so I can break in my new skates and show y'all
no.
how it's really done. Yeah, we're gonna
And
throw
thank
it
y'all
back a
so
little
much.
bit.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in, for joining us. Don't forget to join us next week. I guess I should put out this because I got a phone call. We are no longer airing on Pure Radio. So if you want to catch replays, you'll have to watch the videos on the Real Room Facebook page, or on our YouTube channel, or wherever you like to listen to podcasts. You can find us there. We upload new episodes repeated episodes on Thursday mornings. So you can find us there, but we are no longer airing on the radio station in Jacksonville, Florida. So you got to catch us online.
I'm
But thanks
glad
for
you said that. About
you've
4
been.
people asked me about that this weekend. I know we miss y'all too.
Yeah, didn't even know y'all was listening to us on the radio.
Exactly. Should have said something.
Thank y'all so much for joining us. Don't forget to join us next Monday for Real Talk Live. Peace.
Okay,